Hey, welcome back to a new episode of Shovel Knight Plague of Shadows. As it says right there, it's right there, it's right there, it's written right there. Okay. Let's get this road on the show with the shoons to the po, you know what I mean? I had to practice that like 3 times before I started this recording. I'm gonna start with Mole Knight. Both of these upcoming levels I'm getting right into it. Both of these upcoming fucking levels are a shit show for infinite drops, and it's a problem. Sweet. Also, I got my new cloak that's gonna let me absorb treasure from a moderate distance, which is super helpful. Let's switch to the bomb thing. Bait bomb. Anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed last week's Shovel Knit. Okay, this place makes me nervous especially because of the type of bomb I have. Okay, let's. Alright. I don't have a ton to say. There's not a lot going on. Oh! I made a stupid fucking sign for my room, because my sister's home, and I love her to death, but she has no semblance of what personal space or time is, because she, like, do you know people who, when they knock, they're clearly not knocking to wait for a response, they're knocking to essentially activate the courtesy that is the knock? Like, they're not knocking because they're waiting for a response to come in. They're knocking so that they can be like, well, I knocked. So, like, my sister will knock, and it'll be like, knock, 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 and then she's in the door. So I put up a sign on the front of my door. Oh, fuck. I put up a sign on the front of my door that's essentially like, hey, if this is up, I'm recording or live streaming, please knock, blah, 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 and actually wait. So I'm super professional now. However, it took me, like, 10 attempts to fucking print the goddamn thing. This fucking guy. So I wasted a lot of black ink because I made it similar to my branding, and that was a mistake. So it's a huge waste of printing paper and ink, and I'm curious how much all of those pieces of paper cost exactly, because printer ink is expensive. Oh, okay, cool, new area. This is gonna be a good session, guys. It's gonna be a good one. You can tell it's gonna be a good one. Fuck! Ugh. Oh, whoops. I almost moved on. Okay, side area. Hey, let me know in the comments if you guys want to see side areas, or if you want me to skip past them, or at least fast forward through them, because, like, they're really annoying. And act, like, huge. Like, they're all really long. So, as of this recording, it is February 24th. Shovel Knight is on sale. Everyone should go buy it. It's on sale until this 22nd on Nintendo platforms and Humble Bundle and Steam, I think. I could be wrong about the Steam thing, but it's on sale. It's essentially like in prep for the Plague of, or Spectre of Torment DLC coming out. It's like, hey, if you want to get it now, get it, because it's going to become more expensive and turn into Shovel Knight, Treasure Trove. Which, if you want all the DLC, that's the version you want. But if you want to not pay as much for it, you want to get Shovel Knight right the fuck now, because it's less expensive, and the price of the DLC included version will bump up real good. Get out of here, bug. Anyway, yeah, Shovel Knight stuff. Oh, it occurred to me that since, Plague of Shadows, Plague and Spectre I get mixed up all the time. I shouldn't, but I do. It occurred to me that seeing as Spectre of Torment technically comes out at the beginning of the month as a Switch exclusive, a temporary Switch exclusive, downloadable title, which is fucking awesome. Good for Yacht Club. Good job, guys. It technically releases at the beginning of the month, and my goal for a Spectre of Torment piece that I was working on, like an art piece, I wanted to finish it as or before the game came out. I tend to like to do art pieces for whenever Yacht Club releases a thing, so, like, fuck, I just screwed myself. Wait, I have the Rod of Ascension, or whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, that's right, Walk into Lava. Staff of Searching. So I basically am going to have to grind out the next couple nights and start working on actually finishing that. But to be fair, I've been procrastinating on that piece for a long time. Mistakes were made! Mistakes were made! Fuck. I'm surprised I survived as long as I did. But yeah, if you want to watch me, because this will come out on Monday, if you want to watch me work on that, you can come view my art streams at twitch.tv/InvisoGuy. Usually I stream games. Fuck! It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one, guys. It's gonna be a good one. Usually I stream games. Like, I'm currently streaming Dark Cloud, and if you guys want me to upload the archived streams of that to YouTube, let me know. Honestly, it's like, overall, it's just a really relaxed, kind of chill game. Like, there's not a ton of content there, so there will be, like, really long stream archives that ultimately don't mean a ton. But yeah, if you want me to post those, let me know, because I have most of them archived to a certain degree. Oh god. And I can do that. Oh, speaking of streaming, art and Dark Cloud and otherwise, the pre-recorded format for P3 was stressful. This week I'm only going to be releasing Plague of Shadow videos because I want to focus on this series until I finish it, which I think is reasonable. I'd rather finish this quickly, and this is another thing that I'm trying to finish before Spectre of Torment comes out, just because, like, I'd love to get the DLC out of the way so that I can make room to potentially do Spectre of Torment in the future, but I'll probably stream that first. Lots of streaming talk. Alright, Chester, what do you got for me? What you got, boy? Poured in a beaker, stuffed in the bag, Chester's always got the swag. Hey, nice relic, pal. You know, I could take that off your hands and give you something a little more interesting. This is one of the best items. So you know how the Phase Locket is the best item in Shovel Knight? This is one of the better items in, oh, you know what? I wish I had Bomb Burst right now. That would be really handy right now. Fuck. Because this area is clearly, like, designed to be used with the Dust Knuckles. Dust Knuckles is such a fucking cool item name. Sorry I'm getting all sidetracked. I will probably finish my talk about streams by the end of this, this episode. So yeah, the Persona 3 pre-recorded format, despite people saying they wanted it, realistically, not as many people watch Persona 3 as people who watch Plague of Shadows. So I'd rather focus on this for right now, and get it done with, and then go back to focusing on P3. However, there's certain aspects of pre-recording P3 that I like. I do like the quality increase, like I like the visual fidelity increase. However, editing around Tartarus and stuff, and like just editing in general to cut it down to like a 15-minute episode was really genuinely stressful for me. Like, with Plague of Shadows, I have fun with editing because I just make dumb jokes, but with P3, I try and only do practical editing. Like, I'm not editing for fun, I'm editing to save time, or I'm editing around, like, loading times, or the only editing jokes you'll see in the P3 series are post-editor me, hello post-editor me, which is basically just future me. I just leave little notes on the episodes from editor me. And it's like this funny contrast because when you're doing a Let's Play, you have to have a certain amount of enthusiasm, which I'm usually not that type of person. So I won't lie, I dress it up a little bit, I dress up my mood a little bit. Fun fact, I'm not happy all the time. But I love the contrast between Let's Player me and editor me, where editor me is just a fucking cynical hard ass and just like tells Let's Play me to fuck off and stop like wasting my time. And so those are the types of jokes you'll get in a pre-recorded P3 format. However, the pre-recorded format is genuinely really stressful, and I don't really want to keep with it, so I'll probably switch back to a stream format. However, I can just jump this. However, I will probably not go back to my initial stream schedule for P3, and I'm sorry I'm talking about another show. while playing Plague of Shadows, guys. Holy fuck! Oh, I'm not getting that Cypher coin. I'm getting it, fuck you. But I in order to get through that game, because RPGs is kind of a challenge at this point, more than like an obligation, a challenge to like finish a huge RPG, the only way that's gonna happen is if I stream more than 2 hours a week. Originally it was only 2.5 hours every Friday, but I think what I'm gonna do, and I'll decide this in like 2 weeks or so. Oh fuck. I'll decide this in about 2 weeks or so when I've got a better idea of what I want to do and Plague of Shadows is out of the way and stuff. I'll probably stream 3 times a week, 2.5 hours, so that'll be like 6 hours of content. And I'm just gonna use the Twitch's export feature, which is super fucking handy. And I'm gonna just straight up port them to YouTube as is. So no editing jokes. The quality will suffer a little bit because my current PC setup, as I've mentioned many times, and I'm sorry if you get tired of hearing it, but it's the reality. My current PC setup cannot support like high quality video when streaming, which sucks. I wish that wasn't the case, but it is. I think it's acceptable. It's an acceptable. I've toyed enough around with it that I found an acceptable balance of visuals and like stream fidelity and stuff. Oh fuck. Actually, I don't really need to rush because I can just jump these gaps myself. But I'm just gonna focus on Plague of Shadows for right now. And then once Plague of Shadows is done, I'm gonna go back to playing P3, but I'm gonna do it in a much more relaxed, manageable format. And I'm going to just, do it in such a way where I'm just gonna have fun with it, stream 3 times a week, and I'll actually make progress in that fucking game. And honestly, okay, cutscene time, sort of. You gotta be kidding me. You're the demolitions expert, you're a day late. Don't just stand there, start blasting, hop to it.
I'm afraid I'm not exactly here to help with your dig. But I'm certainly here for demolitions. Boom!
I should have known you were good at clown around. Don't let that happen on my watch. Let's make this quick. So it appears that Mole Knight doesn't even know who you are. Like, he thinks you're a part of his cleaning crew. That's really funny to me. So I don't really know what would be a good bomb casing and stuff to deal with this guy. I forgot where I was. Ah, fuck. I fucked up. No. Ah, you fuck. I kind of forgot where I was at with my talking. Truth be told. Fuck you. Okay, hang on. What have we got? Orbit casing might be good. Standard fuse and maybe cluster powder, and possibly big bomb. So cluster powder does, or orbit powder does that, and you know what? I'm just gonna switch to, black powder. Wait, I fucked up. I'm trying not to do all that, like, all the, oh, it killed him. Fuck. That, took less time than I thought it would. But yeah, realistically, not as many people watch the P3 series, so the format in which it's presented doesn't actually matter to me, as long as I am getting through the game. Like, ultimately, the P3 and RPG series is more for me at this point than anyone else. It's just a way to hold myself accountable.
That insufferable Mole Knight escaping that sweltering lost city had me dancing for joy.
You dancing? I can't even imagine what that'd look like.
Yes, preposterous.
So, what are we working on? Do I have enough Cypher coins to get more shit? Cascade, wall climbing flames, remote, sentry, long, float burst. Nope, okay. Well, I only have 43. I definitely can't afford the next research level, right? 80. Okay, sorry, Mona. We'll have to do that another time. Like many other things we'll do another time. You know what I mean? Alright, Baz. I know what your deal is. Hey, boys, I swiped the post for the Majesty. She wasn't lucky. You should have paid for these, right? Here, take them. Yeah. So I don't know why, whenever I read, I never noticed how polished your mask is. I could get used to that. Anyway, yes, of course, he likes potions. I never noticed how cheap these were. 100 gold isn't a lot of gold. But for some reason, I'm gonna increase this. I might as well. There's not a lot of other upgrades that I need at this point. My ally! 2 sheets of paper you've brought me. Oh, what? What is this folly? There's some sort of magic we've already read a lot of this. There's nowhere for me to write. Useless. Into the trash bin it goes. What a blockhead, heh. Alright, and Oolong, Oh, spent long time remembering music so I can play good song. Will be good treat. So, Dr. Knight, Oolong ready. You listen to some music now? Yes, bravo. Only know best musics, I remember. Alright, well, that's gonna be all she wrote for this episode. Next episode, we will take on the Iron Whale. Oh, who the fuck are you? No, fuck, I'm going around you. Alright, next episode, we will take on the Iron Whale. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time. Goodbye!